What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. We got another Truth Bombs stuff in the fitness online social media community. Another one of the trends, one of the sheep following things that's going on right now. And you guys actually like these. I get a lot of messages, and here's what the interesting part is. You know, I put out stuff about like, you know, the bikini girls with the eating disorders and stuff like that. I got so many new followers and messages and emails from actual like pros, bikini competitors, just women in general who are involved in the fitness industry going, thank God somebody said something. Now, here's the thing. I realize that not everybody's going to have a voice. They're not actually going to go out there and speak their mind because they're scared of any kind of flack they're going to catch, any kind of blowback they're going to get from people attacking them because they're telling the truth. I think at this point, people just are used to me shooting my mouth off and they know that I just don't give a fuck what they say to me. Because if you feel bad enough for me saying something and you attack me for it, then guess what? I'm talking about you. That's why you feel bad about it. You're guilty as charged, and that admission of guilt, but you freaking the fuck out, it basically just shows that you're full of shit and I'm talking about you and you know it. Now, that being said, another one of these big things I'm seeing, and it's like across the fucking board, they are literally like lining up like sheep. Like one person says it and people look at it and they go, yeah, me too. Like, it's almost like the hashtag me too. Yeah, me too. Like, me too. I got to do that too because that's going to get me more followers. People are going to understand that. Oh my God, I think I have to do that. And they don't even really understand what the fuck they're talking about. But it is the, I have to work on myself. I need to take the time to just work on myself. And I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? You know what I mean? First of all, every day when you wake up, you should work on yourself. You should work on being a better person. You should work on learning something new, like a new skill, a new word, a new something. Like every day you should be working on yourself to become a better person. If I walk into a store and let's just say by chance the other day I didn't hold the door for somebody and let them walk in first, I walked in and held it for them while they came in behind me. Today, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open that door, let them walk first and walk in behind them. Like that's another way I'm going to just be a little bit better person. I'm going to work on being a better person myself. And I'll tell you one thing right now, the whole like working on myself, becoming a better me, doesn't have to be put all over fucking social media. You know what I mean? It's a very personal thing about you. And let's see, I've had to work on myself with fucking heroin addiction. I have to work on myself with all these things. And I put it out to the general public because I just don't fucking care. It's what I've always done. It wasn't a booming social media thing when I started it. There wasn't a booming fitness industry where you could become insta-famous when I started it. When I started coming out talking about myself and things that I've been through, there was none of this shit. And as a matter of fact, when I first started coming out, you were taking a big chance because nobody else was talking about being sexually abused. Nobody else was talking about being addicted to heroin. Nobody else was talking about, it was like me, Rich Piana, and one other guy were talking about the fact that we used steroids before. Otherwise, nobody else was doing it. Nowadays, everybody, the big trend is, oh, I take all this gear. I do, like, everybody's talking about it because they saw the success of Rich Piana, so they jump on that bandwagon, that trend, right? And not trend, the trend. But the big trend today is the whole, I need to just work on myself. And I'm sitting here going, this is another way to redirect the fact that you are not meant for competing. You're not meant for the fitness industry. You're not made for this. You're not cut for it. It's not for you. So what you do is you get involved in it and you're like, look, I'm going to do a bikini show. I'm going to have all these professional pictures. I'm going to start this social media personality, this kind of image that I'm going to have, and I'm going to be fucking famous, and I'm going to have a big house. I'm going to marry a physique competitor guy and all this shit, right? And then all of a sudden you realize you kind of suck at this, right? Like you don't like doing it. It's very hard. Your body's not the way it needs to be. You're not going to accomplish these goals. You figure out really quickly this is not for you, right? It's kind of like if you wanted to be a baseball player, right? And they threw you on the field with the Boston Red Sox, and they made you pitch. Within 2 pitches, you're going to realize you don't belong on that fucking field. That's what's happening now. But instead of just saying, look, you know what? I was wrong about this. I'm going to actually be myself, and I'm going to start doing something I like. Like I like playing the drums, right? I like, you know, Rob Ulis is a perfect good example. IFBB Pro, Rob Ulis. Him and I were in a commercial, a nationwide commercial. Me, him, and Brad Rowe. It was called Cars. It was called Wheels by CarMax, right? If you go in here and search Cars, Jesus Christ, Wheels, CarMax, BioS3, it'll pop up. And he was actually a speed metal drummer, a heavy metal drummer, right? So he was an IFBB Pro, he was competing and stuff like that, and he just kind of got to the point where he didn't want to distort his physique and get any bigger. He's like, well, I'm not going to do well unless I really push these things and distort my physique, so therefore I'm not going to do that anymore, and he went right back into drumming. Like, didn't miss a beat, didn't start with the whole like, you know, self-retrospect and all this stuff. Like, he just said, hey, you know, I'm a really good drummer. This is what I enjoy doing too. So yeah, I'm going to do the gym and be the bodybuilder, but I'm also going to do this too. This is part of who I really am. It wasn't like a fabricated bullshit. It wasn't something he saw someone else doing and tried to replicate it so that he could be cool like them. He was just being himself. And I absolutely respect Rob for that. I like him. He's a nice guy. So instead of doing shit like that, what happens is these girls go, well, fuck, then I'm going to lose these followers. Like, these followers are only following me because A, I'm in shape, so the creeper guys are paying attention to me. The girls are following me because they want to be where I'm at, so there's new girls starting. And then the other girls are following me because they respect me because I'm doing what they do. So if I nick this in the bud, all of that fucking goes away and I start from scratch, and I have to be like the fucking bracelet maker on Etsy. Like, how the fuck am I going to build a following doing that? Because it's the only thing I'm good at besides fucking... well, nothing. That's all I'm good at. So what they do is like, fuck, well, I need to come up with another thing. So now what they're doing is they're trying to keep their foot in the, you know, in the door with the fitness thing. And they see the post by someone who really was struggling. You know, someone who was in a relationship where they lost themselves in the relationship, right? Where the person that they were with was able to control and mold them into something that they weren't. Like, when they started dating, they were one way, and they started trying to manipulate them and mold them and turn them into something that they're not in the end. And they back the fuck up and they go, yo, you know what? I need to work on myself right now because I've lost myself. Next thing you know, these fucking people or these women are saying, well, yeah, I lost myself too. Like, I don't want to be a competitor. I just want to be fit. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you can be fit and be a competitor. You can be a competitor and be a fit. You don't have to choose one or the other. But being a competitor takes a lot more fucking work and determination and willpower than being fit. So you want the easy way out. So what you do is you go, I need to work on myself. So therefore, I can't compete anymore. Like, no, what you did was give up on something that was hard in order to do something that was easier, in order to not look like an asshole by fucking quitting because you can't take into being honest that you can't fucking take the diet and the training and shit nonstop for the next 10 years to fucking accomplish a goal. So you just take the easy way out. You cop out and fucking say, oh, I'm going to work on myself and just be fit in this. And then you continue to grow your following like that. Like, this is how we're going to do it, because other people go, well, yeah, you know, I need to work on myself too, because it's an easy way for them. So what happens is you kind of give them a roundabout direct way to fail and give up and be something, you know, second rate that they want it to be a competitor. They want it to be a pro. No, I got to work on myself. It gives them an out to not accomplish their goals and to basically fail so that you guys can do it together. And then you guys fester together. You have these little fester fests where you get together and you fucking, oh, we're all helping each other. We're doing, meanwhile, nobody gives a fuck about each other. They don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck about anything else other than, am I getting likes? Am I getting followers? You know, how many guys are sending me dick pics in my DM? Like, that's all they give a fuck about. It's not even about really being real themselves or what they really want to do. And I'm sitting here going, holy fuck, again, you know, I look at these things and I talk to people about it and they're like, yeah, I see that all the time. I said, why the fuck is anybody talking about it? Like, oh, well, you know, because, you know, people might get mad and then they might, who gives a fuck? They might, you know, not like my pictures. Who gives a fuck? They might report the picture or who gives a fuck? Let them report it. Let them take the fucking picture down. Say whatever the fuck you want to say as long as it's coming from your heart and it's really you. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I spent 20-something years, so 20 years on stage competing nonstop. I have eaten the same way now than I have since 2014. So it's 4 years nonstop. I've been eating clean foods, staying in shape nonstop. Not including every off season I had, every competition I had, not including getting done with one competition, the next day getting started for the following year and grinding all the way till that next contest prep starts nonstop. So technically there never was off time. There was contest prep, then try to get bigger, push, feed myself, train harder, nonstop for 20 years. And still, I see people going, wow, you know, I got to work on this. Like, you didn't even fucking try. It's insulting to people like myself. And there's a, you know, another girl at the gym who I literally, her name is Marissa Roy. I've actually talked about her before. She's so passionate. She's so into this stuff that, like, you watch her and you're fucking motivated just by watching her, even though you don't even compete anymore, right? Me and myself. And I'm like, that's what it takes, right? But instead, people look at that, they go, well, she's fucking nuts. I'd never do that. I need to find a way out. Well, if she gains success from what she's doing, guess what? She's earned it, okay? She's fucking put her fucking time in. She's put her fucking medal in, tested her medal. She's battle fucking worn. She has put her time in. She deserves those followers. She deserves those likes. She deserves that recognition. She deserves all the success that comes with it. The people that jump on there, do one show, fuck off, and all of a sudden have to find themselves and like all this bullshit. I'm sorry, but if you think that that garners respect in the fitness industry, it absolutely doesn't. And if people are not going to tell you to your face because they don't even want to fucking deal with your whiny bullshit, that you're gonna fucking put up on your goddamn fucking post the next morning talking about your feelings and how you fucking feel. You know what I mean? Like, it blows my fucking mind. Aaron likes when I say boggles my mind, but it boggles my mind that people out there can't see through this shit, and so many people do see through this shit, and they just don't fucking say anything. They don't call them on it. They don't fucking say anything on it. Here's the deal. I don't want to bully anybody. That's why I never mention names, because it doesn't matter. You all know who they are. They know who they are themselves. When they see this video, they know who it is. Enough people contacted me where I know people are watching. People are understanding. They're seeing the shit that I'm seeing. So you don't have to say anything. All you have to do is make people aware of it so that when they start watching these things, they understand that the person that they're following that they think is one way is completely fabricated and not really that. It's a completely different person who's basically trying to manipulate the person watching into liking them, following them, thinking that they're something they're not. They're basically tricking them. So you can sit back and then everything becomes clear as day and you're like, this motherfucker doesn't even care. Like, they don't give a shit. They did one fucking show. They started a business as a fucking trainer. All of a sudden they had a fucking eating disorder and had to work on themselves. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, this is not what's going on now. Basically, you couldn't fucking hack it when you found out how goddamn hard it was. And it is. It's extremely hard and it's not for everybody. That's why the people that persist and they fucking push and they fucking grind and they claw and they scrap and they fucking scratch to get where they want to be, when they finally get there, that's inspiring. That's awesome. That's fucking amazing. It's something that motivates the shit out of me, even if I'm not a competitor anymore. But these people that fucking give up because they don't have what it takes, that's fine, but don't make up a big fucking song and dance about how fucking into it you are, about how fucking great you are, about how fucking what a competitor you are, and you love it, it's in your blood, it's your life, it's that. Any excuse you have, you just fucking turn tail and fucking run the opposite way so that you don't have to do the fucking hard work, and that straight up is just disappointing. BicePsTraining@gmail.com, leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.bicetraining.com is a blog, it's a disappointing bicep, and we are out.